We will start working with Beyond Labs this week. So please go ahead and purchase from beyondlabs.com. Go ahead and hit on purchase, and we would need this package in here that has the organic chemistry labs. Go ahead and purchase that, and during the purchase it's going to ask you to download the Connect 3. Go ahead and download it. After you do this, you can log in easily by creating your username and password. And when you log in, you're going to see a page similar to mine. Make sure that you're working on the web and not the desktop. There are a couple of labs in the desktop that are not digitized, so I prefer that we will be working all on the web. After you access this page, I want you to go all the way to groups. I sent you an email, and that email has an invitation code. Please copy paste the code, hit join a group, and put the code in there and put done, so that you add yourself to our group in there, so that you will be able to see all the assignments. So once you join the group, we're going to go ahead and access the assignments. There are two types of assignments. In the assignments, you access them from the assignment link over here. You will be able to view only lab number 7 today, but you cannot view lab number 8. This is till June 8th. So whatever you're seeing here is the work book for the assignment. Every assignment has two sections, a workbook and a worksheet. The workbook you upload here to Beyond Labs. So you just save the file and it's uploaded directly in there because you are part of the group of the organic class. With respect to the worksheet, you access it from eCampus. So this is going to be the workbook, and from eCampus we have the worksheet. Now, for the worksheet, all what you need to do is go into lab number 7. So go to course contents, lab number 7 in there. And in lab number 7, you're going to see certain videos that you would need to watch. This is the lecture, and this is the notes that are coupled with the lecture. This is an additional video that I want you to watch, and a third video on how to prep the IR sample in there. And then after you watch the videos, please read this handout. This handout is about nomenclature of organic compounds. You will be asked to name aldehydes, ketones, carboxylic acids in there. You already know how to name alkanes. So please go over how to name aldehydes, ketones, alcohols, carboxylic acids, all of those. And their esters as well. So esters here, it shows you how to name the ester. And again, if you have any questions, please let me know. After you do the nomenclature handout, now for Beyond Labs. Again, as I said, there are two types of assignments for Beyond Labs. The workbook, which you upload on, or you just save it on Beyond Labs, and then the worksheet, you have to upload it on eCampus. Now, the worksheet link is always here. There are a lot of worksheets on Beyond Labs, and what I did here is I did a shortcut for the specific sheet that I want you to work with. So all what you need to do is just go ahead and hit on that sheet. You fill it up, and then you upload it here. So we're going to go ahead and hit on this one. And then you go ahead, this is a web page, so you can type in there and fill the name of the structure. And then there's a short video, it doesn't hurt to watch. And then now we're going to interpret the IR for every single spectrum in there, or every single structure. To do this, you're going to go ahead and hit this icon. Now, once you hit this icon, it's going to open a page for directly linking it to Beyond Labs. So it's gonna open the page of the lab itself. So it's gonna be the lab itself in there, and this is going to be your worksheet. Okay, So they're going to be next to each other in there, so that you can go in between, in and out, so that you can access both of them at the same time. That becomes handy. So the lab is going to be FTIR. So make sure that it is on the FTIR. These are the different structures in there. I don't want you to analyze all of them. All I want you to analyze is simply these structures in there. So you have to name it. This is benzyl chloride. So you go over here as an example. These are sorted in alphabetical order, but benzyl chloride is an IUPAC name. So you're going to say it, I believe it's going to be all the way at the end there. It's going to be benzyl chloride and the B. Okay, something here. Okay, here you go. So it's going to be a not benzene chloride, it's going to be a benzyl chloride. Now, every single compound that you hit on, you are going to see its structure on the board in there. So make sure that they match. So this is going to be the benzyl chloride in there. Now, the moment you hit on the benzyl chloride, then it's going to give you the FTIR. And the reason why it gave you the FTIR, because you have it on the FTIR. And this lab is for the FTIR. So now we're going to start to create the lab book. So you're going to hit on the benzyl chloride. And for your lab book in there, you need to save every single spectrum for these compounds. So we're going to go ahead and hit save. Okay. Now, when you hit save in there, it's going to tell you that the image is saved. Saved where? This is your lab book in there. So it's going to go ahead and save it over here in the lab book. Okay. And then you're going to start interpreting these peaks. Now, because there is a place for you to interpret the peaks in the worksheet, you don't have to put the peak interpretation in the workbook in there. So in the workbook for lab number 7, I just want the FTIR spectra for every single compound. And if there is a possibility that one of the signals in there, it doesn't have a place for you to write it down, then I want you to interpret that under its corresponding FTIR spectra. Like, for example, for benzyl chloride, you have 3 types of signals in here. You have the carbon sp2ch stretch. This is going to be peak number 1. In there, and the functional group is going to be for the alkene, and then you have a carbon double bond carbon stretch, and then this is the functional group here is going to be again for the alkene. The one that doesn't have a space in here to write down is the carbon sp3ch stretch. Now, this is not a functional group, but we always like to interpret the carbon sp3ch stretch. In this case, if the signal doesn't have a place for you to put in the worksheet, then go ahead and put that in the workbook and type it down. So for structure, so for benzyl chloride, you have the for the benzyl chloride, you have the carbon sp3ch stretch, and that needs to occur between 800, and that needs to occur between 800 to 3000 centimeter to the -1 thing. You go ahead and you do the same thing for the second structure. So the second structure here is benzaldehyde. So you go over here, you go to the spectra, you search for benzaldehyde from here. And then the moment you search for benzaldehyde, just go ahead and get its FTIR spectra. Just press on the FTIR. It will give you the FTIR spectra. Look at the peaks for the FTIR, and then interpret those and put the values in this worksheet. Okay. This is everything that you would need to do for lab number 7 regarding the worksheet. Now, Whenever you are done from the worksheet and there and it's all filled, I want you to save it so that you can upload it to eCampus. In order to save it, just go ahead and hit print. Okay. And then once you hit print, make sure that all your typings are there though. All your data that you entered is there. Hit save as PDF and then go ahead and save that. Just save it on whatever, just on the desktop, for example. Okay, let's go ahead and save it on the desktop so that I can see it. And there. So this is Beyond Labs to assessment. Let's hit no because I want you to change the name for this one and give it the name of the lab that we are working with. So this is going to be a lab 7 work sheet. This is the worksheet and not the workbook. And then go ahead and save that. You don't have to write your name or anything like this. Just save it as Lab 7 worksheet and then save that. And then after you save it, then this is going to be somewhere over here. So in the desktop. Okay. So that is going to be in the desktop. Just make sure that it has the data that you have it in before you go ahead and you upload it. So now it's a PDF form. So all what you need to do is just go to worksheet, lab worksheet upload, and go ahead and upload the file in this section here. You can upload multiple files. And then you have your workbook. The workbook, you can either access it from the worksheet or you can access it from the activities. Okay, let's press on the activities. You can access it from the activities over here. Either one of these places will access the workbook for you. And then as you work through the worksheet, just make sure that you upload every single FTIR spectra in there, do the interpretation, and then hit Save Lab. You don't have to do anything after you save the lab. So just save the workbook in there. And after you save the workbook, I will be able to access your lab workbook from Beyond Labs.